Hi everyone, I hope you had a great weekend. There was an amazing special that took place on Saturday called Graduate Together, which was essentially a virtual experience celebrating the US graduates that unfortunately lost out on the opportunity to graduate in person with their friends and family members. So I thought it was really awesome that this event, first of all, was even taking place. But I wanted to touch on it because it's a huge topic right now, the term virtual events, and that's exactly what it was. A lot of businesses have been kind of forced to pivot and learn quickly how to still connect. And I thought this was a great way to display how to connect in a very dynamic way, but still being super organic. And so I wanted to share with you my top thoughts on how the event went and what they could potentially do from an opportunity perspective, and also how well it went. The very first thing that I gotta talk about is the production level. It was like skyrocket out of this world production. LeBron was in a like a green screen type of room where they were able to just like switch up the backdrop. So it's kind of similar to what gamers are used to, right? Where they have a completely immersive virtual experience, and then they'll usually have a speaker kind of speak to what the player is doing at the time. So they use the same kind of concepts, and we're able to change the backgrounds to make it super dynamic and interesting for the viewers to watch. So that was absolutely amazing. I love how they kind of connected the low resolution to high resolution videos. So when they incorporated selfies or like video cams of the students and of the celebrities and all the speakers involved, versus kind of using those high definition cameras when they were in like studio situations with LeBron. So I really loved how they did that. I loved the transitions. It was very unique and very engaging. And also, as much as from a kind of stepping outside of that techie world, for someone who is kind of looking to do something a little bit more small scale, these are still elements that you can kind of take and learn from and apply. So in this case, okay, yes, you may not have like the high production value or the cameras necessary to produce something like that, but what you can take away from that is how dynamic it was. Using different cameras, just going from the, you know, front camera to the rear camera, that alone makes a huge difference. Having transitions, these are things that you can actually easily do yourself or hire a local production company to do. But that was done really well. I loved, I'm gonna leave the I guess timestamp below, but I loved how they had this singer kind of perform, and in the background they had, obviously it was a green screen, but they were including shots of the graduates kind of individually singing, but collectively all together. It was just amazing, and you have to see it to totally get what I'm trying to say, but it was honestly great. The entertainment was also phenomenal. They really took the time to integrate that kind of home feeling, but also kept the production value high. So what it appeared to be was that they might have sent green screens to all of the people who were involved in the video. So it could be like the dancers, the singers, any of the ones playing instruments, and then they kind of amalgamated all of those videos together. So it was like so cool. It kind of made me think of Beyonce's video Grown Woman. Check it out. But that was done really well. The entertainment overall was just very dynamic, and again kept people like interested throughout. Another successful thing that took place was the event was short and sweet. It was an hour long, and it really just got to the point. And of course, you know, being on a Saturday night, I think that was a fair amount of time. And it's still, you know, even though it was an hour, which sometimes for us can seem long, it didn't feel that way when you were actually watching it. So that was done really well. I will say the one opportunity that really stood out for me was the fact that there weren't any breaks. Now, I did actually watch this on YouTube, so I don't know how it was on CNN, but watching it on YouTube, there was no breaks in between. So I think my suggestion would be to at least incorporate 1 or 2. Now, on the flip side, maybe they didn't want to lose their viewership, and because it was only an hour, that was why. But that was the only thing I would say. I love how it was pre-recorded. That actually gives you the opportunity to tweak the content, tweak the, you know, the footage as much as possible to make sure it is ready for viewing. And it also reduces the likelihood of any technical issues. I know some people kind of are on the fence when it comes to pre-recording an event versus having it live, because having it live obviously is much more organic. But there's times where you can actually just incorporate both. Some parts of your event could be pre-recorded and some can be live. I strongly encourage having pre-recorded elements, if not the entire thing, where possible, because then it reduces the likelihood of issues, and it allows you the opportunity to fix issues should they arise. And the very last thing, if not the best thing, was that they saved the best for last. Mr. President Barack Obama. Yes, I love him very much. And why I think that was super special, other than the fact that it was Obama, was the fact that they saved something or someone that was super excited, that everyone was looking forward to, and that would keep kind of the momentum of the excitement throughout the virtual event to the end, and kind of just left off in this amazing finale, and left us kind of wanting more. So I had a wonderful time watching the graduate together. I think it was done very well. There was that one piece of feedback I had, but I totally understand why they may not have incorporated breaks. So yeah, those are my takes. And I think there's so much that, even if you have a lower budget, there's so much that you can really take from that, whether that's the engaging piece, whether that's kind of switching the different kinds of cameras, or incorporating 3D animation. That was another thing I forgot to mention. They had 3D animation, y'all. It was like dope. But you can always take bits and pieces from an event like that and just kind of think, how can I apply this to my own event to kind of have a similar experience or a similar win. So that's my thoughts, and I would love to hear yours in the comments below. See you later.